Hello, my beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm so happy that you joined me here. Today's video is going to be very different from the usual content that I post on YouTube. Now, if you've been following me on Instagram, you probably know that I'm a very spiritual person. I'm also a professional tarot reader. I'm a manifestation coach. I'm a crystal and Reiki healer as well. And I constantly talk about energy healing, divine masculine, divine feminine, manifestations. I am big on this because it's transformed my life for many years now. If you're a part of my Insta community, you obviously know about this page that I started this year. I've not been very active, you guys. It's very difficult to juggle content creation, travel, family time, everything. It's honestly been really difficult this year, especially right after lockdown when travel started and everybody wants to catch up every few months. But I do want to bring this segment on YouTube so that you guys in my YouTube family can connect with me on a different level as well, and maybe just grow on your spiritual journeys as well. Today's video is going to be all about understanding divine masculine and divine feminine energy, how this impacts your life, what you can do to make it more balanced in your life, attracting better relationships, better jobs, having better relationships with your family, and just basically manifesting a good life for yourself. Spoken words are honestly so empty. If you're not going to put the hard work into yourself and the life that you want to create, those words mean nothing, when it comes to manifestations or affirmations. All of that is great, but you need to put the hard work. Now, if you're watching me for the first time, then hi, my name's Preeti. I'm India's first cruelty-free and vegan beauty blogger. I generally talk about all things ethical, cruelty-free, vegan, sustainable, but today's video is going to be slightly different. If this is the kind of content you want to watch or just be a part of my community, then please subscribe to my YouTube channel and continue watching today's video. Let's start with understanding what exactly is divine masculine and divine feminine energy. Now, regardless of your gender, every single person has divine masculine and divine feminine energy within themselves in the spiritual realm of things, just like the yin yang. You must have seen this symbol quite a bit everywhere. It's basically the unity of feminine and masculine energy, just like Shiv Shakti in Hinduism. Now, the union of both of these is what helps you create the perfect balance in your life, regardless of your gender, be it the gender that you were assigned to at birth, or be it the gender that you have accepted yourself. Every single person has divine masculine and divine feminine energy within themselves. Now, masculine energy is the energy of a provider. It's the energy of building, working out, building a house, creating strategies, planning, putting in hard work, controlling, being risk-taking, being high on energy. It's all about putting in that hard work and just accomplishing things. You're always set on goals. You're always set on, going out of your way to take those risks to make your maybe business better, your life better. It's all about being in this zone of competition. Like, you want to compete with yourself to be better, right? Not competing with others, competing with yourself, because you are your biggest competition. The masculine energy is a very logical and practical energy. It allows you to take practical decisions in your life. It's a very assertive energy. So this is something that you would do when you're strategizing your life, making financial goals. You want to build a house, you want to get the best job, you want to be in the right physique with the workouts. It's all about being extremely confident and being very assertive. The masculine energy allows you to have a lot of discipline in life because it's a lot of structure. And this allows you to build the right kind of momentum for the life that you want and for your day-to-day life. Now, feminine energy, on the other hand, is more free-flowing yet very grounded. It's very intuitive and trustworthy. It's empathetic. It's very creative and very nurturing. It's all about taking care of yourself, taking care of your loved ones. And it's basically somebody who's on the receiving end of things. Feminine energy will never chase things. Feminine energy is all about receiving in abundance, and the masculine energy is what provides to it. The feminine energy is never in a rush. It's a very calm, patient energy. It allows you to take rest when needed. It's an energy that allows you to reflect as well. It's an energy that allows you to just be collaborative and supportive, be vulnerable, and this helps you to balance out that masculine energy within yourself. Now, I know what you're thinking. These are all qualities that all of us possess. That is absolutely right. All of us have these qualities within ourselves, but we don't use it to the degree that we need to use it to make the optimum use of it in the right balance. Sometimes we have too much masculine energy and less feminine energy, and then everything goes for a toss. So what happens when the divine masculine and divine feminine energy is not at a balance? Now, if your divine masculine energy is very dominant, you're going to constantly feel very, very tired. You're going to feel like you haven't accomplished enough. You're going to feel burnout like no other. You're going to feel like you're not appreciated enough. You're not loved enough. You would notice that this happens to a lot of content creators because we are always in this flight or fight mode with our content. We're always pushing out content, working day in, day out, and then we get burnt out. This also happens to a lot of people who work 9 to 5s, and by the ending of the day, they're so burnt out because they haven't struck the balance between the masculine and feminine energy. It could be as simple as doing hardcore workouts every single day. Dominant masculine energy will also make you just give without receiving anything, and that will make you feel very unloved. It'll just feel like you do a bit too much for others and you don't receive anything in return. The confidence is going to be at an all-time low. You're not going to be able to trust yourself. Your ego is always going to be clashing with your self-worth. It's not a good time when your divine masculine energy is always dominant. Now, with the dominant feminine energy, you're constantly going to feel like you're unloved and you're not supported enough. You constantly just keep giving, but you are a receiver. You are somebody who needs to receive things. You can't chase the masculine energy, and you're going to be at war with yourself. Your goals are going to be completely scattered because it's an energy of rest and creativity. But creativity and rest without structure and discipline can only take you so far. And that makes you feel very lonely. It can make you attract terrible relationships. And I'm not talking just about love, romantic relationships. I'm talking about friendships, jobs, your relationships with your family, a lot more things. Now, like I mentioned before, the divine feminine energy is very creative. It's free flowing. It's like water, but it also needs structure. It also needs to be contained for making the best use of this energy. So you see how the divine masculine and divine feminine energies within us really complement each other. Now, over the years, I've done a lot of hard work into understanding my divine masculine and divine feminine energy, and it's made my relationship with myself a whole lot better. It's improved my relationship with my loved ones, with my job, with my career, with my day-to-day life, and I want to share this small experience with you all. Now, the first time I noticed an imbalance in my energies was during my first job, and I didn't really understand what was going on. Like, I was just unhappy. It was paying me well. I had the best colleagues, I had the best time, but I was always in this zone where I'm working. So it was this 9 to whenever, you know how digital media agencies work. I was a professional brand strategist. Then I became a business manager. So it was a lot of work at a very young age. I was just 21 or 22, and it was way too much for me. I had no time for myself. I became a team leader really fast. So I was taking control of things. I was providing because I had to take care of my team and stand up for them. I had to get shit done. I was working extremely long hours, and my feminine energy was at an all-time low. I was very dominant. Something inside of me just wasn't happy. I was attracting bad relationships, bad friends. Everything at that point was just very tumultuous for me. And this was till about I was 25, 26 when I actually started working on me. I'm in my late 20s now. And for me, it took a lot of hard work. This did not happen overnight. I went for therapy. I went to a life coach. I worked on myself because that's what the feminine energy is supposed to do. You're supposed to nurture yourself, be connected with yourself intuitively. Honestly, I was constantly in a fight or flight mode. My ego was easily bruised. I was just attracting very unhealthy relationships, and I was just insecure for things that I shouldn't even be insecure about. I was constantly tired. I was constantly sleepy. I wasn't eating well. I wasn't nourishing my body. And this was all because I thought I had the best job, which I did. I had the best colleagues. Everything was great. I was earning well, but I just felt unaccomplished. And that's because my divine masculine energy was so high. You guys, I never even went to a salon in those years to get my nails done. And I know this might sound like, oh, first world problems, but it's all about self-care. My skin was so bad in those years because I didn't focus on self-care, which is divine feminine energy, taking care of yourself. When I see my photos then, I look way older than I did now. So this is what happens when your masculine energy is extremely dominant. And for me, it was like, I was all about masculine energy. There was literally no feminine energy left in me. And I know a friend whose divine feminine energy was extremely high and her divine masculine energy was extremely low. So she was lazy. She was just too many rest days and just being too creative, but to no end, spending money on things, but not taking care of herself, going in debt, just attracting terrible relationships where you're not feeling loved enough. You're constantly giving, giving, giving. Like, she would do so much in relationships and she would not get anything in return because she didn't have a boundary. The divine masculine is needed to create structure in your life. You need it for your day-to-day life. Like doing a workout. She stopped working out and she gained a lot of weight, and she was somebody who was very fit. And when she started gaining weight, she attracted a lot of health problems. And this happens to not just women, but also men. It's very important for you to be in this equal levels of divine masculine and divine feminine energy, because if you get too much of rest, you end up being lazy. If you're too creative with no discipline, you have no structure. If you're constantly giving, giving, giving and not receiving, 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 you're going to feel unloved. I'm going to share with you how I managed to balance my divine masculine and divine feminine energy, and a few tips that could help you out as well, and a routine that I follow. Now, the first thing that I started to do is incorporate yoga in my life. And yoga is so overrated, right? Like, everybody's talking about it, but it's also a very underrated gem. A lot of us don't do yoga. And that is one of the most important things for the agility of your body, for the movement of your body. Yoga is the perfect blend of masculine and feminine energy. So the masculine side of it is strength. It's about structure, the set rules and discipline that you need to follow, the set steps, the posture. And the feminine side of it is free flowing and the agility and the intuitiveness of it and the sense of calm that it brings in your life. It is the perfect way to balance out your masculine and feminine energy, and you need to do yoga even if it's just for 15-20 minutes every single day. The whole focus that goes into yoga is very masculine energy, but the softness of it is the movement. It's that space that you create for yourself with every breath that you take, the calmness, and it's this state of rest that you feel in yoga, which is very, very feminine. Meditation is yet another very, very good way of balancing your feminine and masculine energies. Meditation allows you to stay in discipline and focus, which is very high on masculine energy, but the feminine side of it is very caring, it's very soft, it's being vulnerable with yourself. And the more you meditate, the more you understand yourself, the more intuitive you become, and the more you are accepting of abundance in your life. And it puts you in this state of rest. It's a perfect balance of divine masculine and divine feminine energy. Now, the third way that I like to tap into my divine masculine and divine feminine energy at the same time is planning my future, setting goals, because that helps me to create structure, create discipline, and make a whole strategy. But it also allows me to be creative. It also allows me to be intuitive. It also allows me to be in a position where I'm accepting of myself and I'm realistic with myself in terms of my goals and how much I can achieve. It's something that will really excite me on a day-to-day basis or on a weekly basis, and this is really important to balance out that laughter, creativity, and softness of feminine energy, yet structure, discipline, focus of the masculine energy. When it comes to future planning, future does not really mean 5-year, 10-year goals. It can also mean planning out your whole week on a Sunday night. It can mean planning out 2 weeks. It can mean planning out a holiday. It could mean planning out a whole month of work. What this does is it allows you to create this structure and discipline, yet let your creativity flow. And it allows you these places of rest that you give yourself in your schedule. Talking and discussing things about your future with yourself is allowing your feminine energy to really flow, because the feminine energy is all about understanding. It's all about talking and receiving, a lot about intuition. And when you plan your goals, you are in touch with your divine masculine and divine feminine at the same time, which is amazing. Now, when I truly want to dip into my feminine energy, I'll do things like gardening. I am big on gardening. It's a huge part of myself. I love insects. I love reptiles. I love learning about plants. I have so many plants in my house and in my balcony gardens that I'm obsessed with. I'm looking at my balcony garden right now, and honestly, it makes me so happy, because this is all my hard work. I have nurtured these babies, my flowers, my fruits, the vegetables, everything. Like, I nurtured them. I was supportive. I was this mother to them that helped them grow a lot better, taking care of them. This helps me get into my feminine energy, and that is so important. I love nature so much. Nature is the best way to connect with your feminine energy. Maternal instincts are always high for women, regardless of kids or not. The divine feminine energy is very often confused with giving birth. And that is maternal energy, which is a form of feminine energy. But you don't have to give birth to a human being to be in your divine feminine energy self. A lot of artists like to portray divine feminine energy as a pregnant mother, but that is not all that there is. divine feminine energy is very, very maternal to everyone. It's about caring for everyone. It's all about nurturing. So a lot of people who don't want to have children, they still have very high maternal instincts. So what they do is they work with orphanages, they work with SPCAs, they will adopt animals, they will take care of, their family's kids. And even though they don't plan to ever have kids themselves, they're high on maternal energy. And that is divine feminine energy as well. And you need to keep nurturing it. So for me, doing all of this really grounds me. Like, I am an animal rights activist. I work with a lot of shelters, rescuing animals. And that is a way for me to nurture my divine feminine energy and make the best use of this energy. So every day in my life, I will make it a point to feed stray animals. I will nurture my gardens. I'll water them, spend time with my plants. And this helps me to be in a state of calm and be grounded, yet in a place where I'm nurturing. Now, when I want to dip into my masculine energy, I will start strategizing. I'll create content like I'm doing right now, putting in all the hard work. I'll do intensive exercises, hardcore workouts, lifting and exercising and doing all of those hardcore high intensity workouts to sweat it all out. That is me being in my divine masculine form. And that is what helps me be more focused. And that's very, very important for me. The other ways in which I tap into my masculine energy is by being the provider of money, finance, food, shelter, information. So I provide a lot of information online through my job. I also do provide a lot of information on Instagram stories about many different things and not just beauty content. I provide security and I provide food for my animals. So it's basically me coming in my divine masculine form where I'm the provider now. And this is very important because this goes hand in hand with nurturing in your divine feminine energy. Now, the masculine energy is a provider and the feminine energy is a receiver. So for me, I'm always in a place of receiving. I'm very happy to receive gifts. I love receiving gifts from brands. It makes me feel very spoiled. It makes me feel really nice. It helps me tap into my feminine energy. I love giving compliments. I love receiving compliments. I will never say, oh, don't lie. Like, I'm okay, you've complimented me. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I am very, very happy with receiving. And that is what the feminine energy is all about. You need to be able to receive as much as you're willing to give. Feminine energy is also about self-care. When you do your makeup, when you're taking care of your skin, when you're taking care of your health, you're taking your supplements on time, you're eating the right food, you're cooking healthy food. These are all forms of feminine energy that really nourish your soul, nourish your body, and they really make you feel calm and also very healthy. Now, dancing is a form of balancing out your feminine energy as well. So I love to party it out with my friends. I love going out dancing. I love doing workouts that include a lot of dance. Painting is a form of getting in touch with your inner feminine energy as well. The other ways in which I balance out my masculine energy is planning out holidays. I like to travel every 2 or 3 months. This helps me save up, so it creates discipline. It also helps me plan my future, which is again masculine. And in that trip, I have different things that will help to balance out my feminine energy, where I go for spa days, go for a body massage, go dancing, work at an SPCA, do energy healing, take time to rest. In my holidays, I'm not always traveling and checking out different places every single day. Wake up at 6 o'clock, come home at 8, be very tired, again wake up, and just be like traveling with tour guides 24/7. That is not something I enjoy doing. For me, a holiday is supposed to be rest, but also exploring. So I don't overdo the exploring bit where I come back from a holiday and I'm so exhausted. I see this happen to a lot of people. They go overboard on their holiday, and when they're back from their holiday, they're not rested at all. They are so tired. That is not how it's supposed to be. You didn't strike the balance between your masculine and feminine energy throughout your trip. So let's talk about my routine that I follow that works really well. You could maybe try it out. Maybe it could work for you, maybe not. You might be able to strike a balance with what works really well for you. So what I like to do when I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do is my prayer in bed. I do a nice stretch, my yoga stretches, to just free flow all of that energy. And then I cuddle with my cats because they sleep on my bed with me. And then now 15, 20, 30 minutes into it, I'm out of my bed. Then I go take care of myself, self-care, brush my teeth, take a shower, do my skincare, and now I will nourish my body. So I start my day on a very high feminine energy note because the rest of my day is going to be very high on masculine energy. So after all of this, after my breakfast, I start my work by about 12, and then I'm working divine masculine energy. I'm creating content, but also before that, I'm doing my makeup, which is me dipping into my feminine energy again, taking care of myself. It's so much fun. And then I'm shooting content. I'm working, strategizing, keeping a check on time, doing all of that because I need to get the bread. Once that is all done, I take a rest. I take 1 hour to myself. I rest it out. I eat my meal. I usually have a very heavy breakfast and smoothie, so I don't get hungry till about 4 or 5 p.m. And that's when I usually have my late lunch. And that's a routine that works for me. I eat my food, and that's when I'm resting. I will sit in my balcony with my girls, see the sunset. I'll watch TV, and then I'm gonna light incense. I usually light incense in the morning as well to clear all the energy in my house. And after that, I'm gonna freshen up and then do my workout, which is again me dipping into my masculine energy. So this is me doing high intensity workouts, weight training, and then I balance that out with yoga, stretches, and meditation. So again, I went from high masculine to a balance of masculine and feminine energy. And some days I will cook, some days I don't. But on days when I cook, I feel a lot happier. So that's something I've been trying to do a lot lately. And then in the evening, I take time for myself to then take a shower post workout, and then I will sit and I will eat and watch TV. I'll connect with my family and friends on calls, and that is a way for me to nurture myself. Connecting with my family is very important for me. We might not agree on a lot of things, but we do agree on a lot of things, and that's what family is all about. And for me, it's just connecting with my loved ones because I want to be on the receiving end of love. I want to nurture my feminine energy. I want to talk, and that's just what makes me really happy. So throughout the day, I've really balanced out my divine masculine and feminine energy. On most days, I get about 8 to 9 hours of sleep. If I get anything less than that, I get very, very anxious. So rest is something that is extremely divine feminine energy. You need to have enough sleep. You need to rest it out. So in the nighttime routine, after I've taken the trash out and I've taken care of the girls, I've given them food, everything's done. And when I say girls, I mean my cats. I'm then going to do my nighttime skincare routine. And I'm very, very into that moment. I just like to be very, very present when I'm doing things. I just don't do it for the heck of it. I take my own sweet time because it's this moment where I'm connecting with myself. Self-care is very, very important to tap into your divine feminine energy. Once I do that, I'm now changing into my night clothes. I don't wear the same clothes all day to bed to sleep at night. I don't like residual energy, so I'm going to change into fresh clothes to sleep at night, like a night suit, and then I will sleep. And then that's the same routine that I follow every day. On weekends, it's slightly different. On weekends, sometimes it's very high on masculine energy where I need to get a lot of chores done. I need to do a lot of cleaning. I need to get my car to the garage. I need to do so many things like buying groceries, lifting them up, putting them. That's all like masculine energy. Feminine energy sometimes is extremely high where I'm just resting all day. I'm doing a spa day. I go to get my nails done. I go meet my girls, and it's beautiful. I also enjoy journaling. I love making these gratitude journals. I love talking about my day to myself in my diary. It's really fun. It helps me reflect a whole lot better, which is basically tapping into your divine feminine energy. And it's also a lot of structure because you're focusing, you're in the moment, and you're writing and you're talking about your day, and you're doing it every single day. So that's a lot of discipline with the masculine energy. And those are pretty much the different ways in which I balance out my masculine energy and my divine feminine energy. Both of these together and a good balance has helped me understand myself a whole lot better. I have a better understanding of what I want in life, the vision that I have for myself, the kind of partner that I want, the goals that I have. And when I didn't have this balance, honestly, it was just a hot mess. Now, this is an ongoing process because life is ever changing. We're constantly evolving. Today's balance might be different from tomorrow's balance, but it's always important to come back to your yin yang. When you are complete, you will attract somebody who's complete. You won't attract somebody incomplete because you're not supposed to complete each other. You, your partner, your relationships, your friendships, your family, both of you guys are completely different people, different individuals with different goals, different energies. When you are complete within yourself, you attract those kind of relationships in your life. Creating this balance between the energies for me has also made me fall in love with my job all over again. In the middle, I had a massive burnout because I just wasn't striking the perfect balance. And like I said, it's an ongoing process. It's not just one trick that you can stick with for the rest of your life. So for me, I just lost interest with creating content, and I was just like, okay, I need to do it. Let's just get done with this. But now I have a newfound appreciation of my work and the hard work that I put in and how it benefits me and so many of you all out there as well. It's made me build a community of people who think like me, who resonate with me, and who understand the kind of content that I'm putting out, who are more receptive and more open to understanding different perspectives. So that's basically what divine masculine and feminine energy is, how you can go about balancing it, a little bit of my personal experience, and a lot of tips for you all. I really hope you found this useful. I'm pretty sure that spirituality is not everyone's cup of tea. I have a lot of friends who are atheists. I have a lot of friends who don't believe in this whole spiritual jibber jabber, as they call it. But again, it's very subjective. What might work for you might not work for me. And I feel like spirituality is something that we truly cannot understand because it's beyond us. The human mind is just not made to understand all the different realms of life. And energy is constant, energy is free flowing. You cannot cancel out energy. So it's best to bring a balance between yourself when you work on yourself. Honestly, by balancing out my energies, I have been able to get out of depression. I've been able to get out of anxiety. I've been able to get out of debt. I've been able to create the life that I've always wanted as a kid. And this was not going to be possible a few years ago. If I hadn't done this work, I would not be here. I really hope you found this useful. I hope this gave you a different perspective of understanding yourself. I hope you will follow these tips and truly understand yourself and just work on making a better version of yourself, because you are the longest house you're going to live within, and you want to decorate your house with all the beautiful things that you have to offer. You want to build with the right blocks. You want to get the best roof for yourself. You want to be grounded within yourself. And I really hope this video helps you get closer to that. I do talk about this quite a bit on Instagram. I get a lot of DMs, so I thought I should make a video with you all and just take you through all of this. And I hope you resonated with it. If you did, then please hit the thumbs up, hit the like button so that I know you enjoyed watching it. If you have any other questions, if you want me to make some more content on this, let me know in the comments. I would love to do that. If you have any questions and you want me to address them in the next video, leave them in the comments, because I would love to take up more questions on this. I really want to help you all on your spiritual journey, because I was able to transform mine and I'm still doing that, and I want to be able to help. Like, I want to be in a place of abundance where I can share it with you all. Now, I do have separate playlists for everything from empties to single brand reviews to hair care, skincare. It's easier for you guys to go through all of those playlists. So I'm definitely going to make a separate playlist for all my spirituality related videos so that you can go through them whenever you wish to. All right, you guys, I'm going to take your leave now. But before I go, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and check out my previous videos right here. I will catch you all in the next videos, hopefully with beauty content and some more spirituality. Till then, take care of yourselves and happy healing. Bye.